Well, at this point, let's bring in Father J.D. Zaldivar, formator and professor at San Carlos Seminary. San Carlos, sa Guadalupe, in Makati. Welcome to Storicon, Father, and thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Good
Father.
afternoon, Father.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and thank you for having me this afternoon.
Father,
Magandang hapon din sa mga nakikinig po at nanonood.
thank you, Father. Father, I assume you're watching yung live pictures from the Vatican. Tama ho ba? As it's going on. Could you give us kahit pa paano, well, not man to detail or specific, pero what exactly is happening and what do the rites mean? The rites that we are seeing right now.
So under the new order of the funeral of the Pope, no? Merong tatlo kasing station, no? So station 1 dun sa bahay ni Pope sa Casa Santa Marta.
Opo.
Station 2 is at the Vatican, at the St. Peter's Basilica. And then station 3 is the yung burial itself, yung paglilibing sa Santa Maria Maggiore.
Mary, okay.
So we are actually witnessing the transfer from station 1 to station 2. So that's what happened this afternoon. No? So ang tawag nga sa Italian, traslazione, no? Katulad natin traslasyon.
Parang Nazareno.
So, pinrosisyon.
Sa Nazareno,
Oo, pinrosisyon yung bangkay ni
Sa
Pope
Nazareno.
mula doon sa chapel ng bahay nila sa Casa Santa Marta. And so they had some prayers there. And then there was this long procession to the major basilica of St. Peter. And as they were processing, they were singing psalms about the Lord's mercy to those who have died. No? So Psalm 23 halimbawa, no? Though I walk in the valley of darkness, I fear no evil. No? I fear no evil, for you are at my side. So yung mga ganung mga salmo kinakanta throughout that, no? And then so dumaan, nakita nyo kanina, no? Dumaan sa plaza, tapos pagdaan sa plaza, dumiretso papasok ng simbahan, no? I can comment a bit on the sequence nung mga nagprosesyon. Nakita nyo nauna yung mga may dalang krus. Tapos yung mga may dalang mga pare, no? Nauna, sumunod yung mga pare, sumunod lahat ng obispo, sumunod ng lahat ng kardinal, di ba? Tapos yung bangkay. Tapos sa likod, yung mga madre, yung mga hindi pare, yung mga lay people. In the tradition kasi of the church, kami pong mga pare, we are already considered dead to this world. Kaya pag nakikita kayo ng prosesyon ng libing, no, madalas kami talaga nauuna pa sa bangkay. No, so we are ahead of others, ahead even of the dead, kasi hindi pa kami patay pero patay na kami considerably spiritually to this world, parang ganon. And then so nagtuloy ang prosesyon. Mapansin nyo isang bago sa nangyari ngayon kay Pope Francis, nung inilatag yung kanyang kabaong sa gitna ng harap ng altar, no, hindi siya nakatungtong sa mataas na tinatawag na catafalque, no? At saka hindi na siya parang nakalahad ng walang kabaong. So nakalagay na siya sa kabaong na bukas, tapos hindi mataas yung pinagpatungan niya. Si Pope Francis mismo nag-request nito, na gusto niya yung kabaong niya pagkalapag sa sa harap ng altar, malapit na sa lupa, no? So that is one of his innovative requests about his funeral. So binaba doon, no, sa harap ng altar, and then the gospel was proclaimed, and then there were some prayers again, and then the rite ended with the blessing by the Camerlengo. So, yun po ang nangyari kanina na napanood po natin ng traslasyon ng bangkay ng mga labi ng mahal na Santo Papa mula sa Casa Santa Marta papunta sa St. Peter's.
Oo nga, na we were just saying marami siyang hiningi na kakaiba. This is a break from tradition. This whole funeral proceedings is a break from tradition, from the choice of the coffin to the whole to the burial place. But Father, it's our understanding that hindi na pala, I mean, would they have embalmed the body? I read somewhere that dati it used to be part of the process, but now it's not anymore.
That is something I actually don't know kung
Okay.
if they are embalming the body. Siguro naman, no, for medical reasons, kasi 3 days ma-expose si Pope Francis. No? So, they would have put some measures to ensure
Preservative.
na merong may care for the body for the 3 days of exposure.
Kasi one of the first things they
Father.
said about it was that his body is as he had died. So parang as they found him.
Yes,
Yun,
oo.
Iba,
Makita niyo yung
Father?
mukha niyo, no? Mukha ni Pope Francis, very peaceful. Ewan ko kung napansin niyo po yun, no? When the pictures came out, talaga parang naiyak ako kasi, wow, no? Parang he died in a way in peace, no? And he actually prayed for that to God. Sabi niya doon sa isang libro, di ba? Sana, Lord, wag niyo po akong pasakitin habang namamatay ako kasi mahina po ako sa physical pain. So, I don't know, no? But I would like to guess that the Lord has given that grace to him. He died, hopefully, no? I pray that he died in peace and comfortably passed on to the next life.
Father, bakit walang
Father.
autopsy ang mga pope pag namamatay? Ba't hindi sila ina-autopsy?
Opo, so ang nangyayari lang po ay magde-declare po, no, yung Director for Health and Hygiene ng Vatican City, no. So for the official declaration of that, actually it's a ritual, no. Sa dasal nangyayari, no. So one of the things that will happen in the first station, no, the rite of the ascertainment of the death of the Pope, no. So pupunta doon yung doktor, no, titignan na may mga tutuktukin pa actually yung mga ulo, no. So at titignan yung mga cause of death, no, i-declare, and then with that saka siya inilagay na doon sa kanyang kabaong, no. So yun na yung parang pinaka autopsy, no. Pinakapagtingin
Father,
sa cause
paano mo
of death.
malalaman
ng
yung,
mahal na sa Papa.
yung cause of death kung walang autopsy? Kung external lang ang
Observations
titingnan.
lang.
Oo.
Mm-mm.
Ano, karamihan sa mga heads of
I
state around
believe
the world,
alam naman nila
ina-autopsy.
like binabasa ko sa Italian, hindi ko pa masyadong
Pero
maintindihan.
dun
Parang
my understanding
parang
from
they performed some
Yes. Oo.
electrocardiography.
Yes, correct.
No?
May pinasok sila na electrocardio.
So may mga some diagnostic tests din silang ginawa. Pero dineclare nila, so merong stroke, and then he collapsed into a coma and cardiovascular collapse. So yun po yung nangyari.
Nung namatay kasi si
Father,
Pope
ako.
John Paul I, nagkaroon ng controversy tungkol doon eh. Dahil yung iba ay gustong i-autopsy siya para malaman yung cause of death. Pero syempre, in tradition kasi ay walang autopsy. Kaya tinatanong ko bakit wala. Anong logic?
Yeah. Okay. Ami?
Father, ako curious ako dahil you're a professor in a seminary. Sa ibang bansa bumabagsak yung attendance sa mass eh. Yung sa seminary, marami pa bang mga nag-enroll ngayon? Kasi you were describing na if you're entering the priesthood, you will be dead to the world. Masyadong malaking demand niya, no? Sa personal life. Marami pa bang ngayon, pumapasok sa seminaryo? Si Ed po umalis yan sa seminaryo.
O pwede bumalik.
Pwede ba?
Tingin ko parang hindi na pa talaga.
Pinakabalik ka disqualified na yan, DQ.
We're seeing a downward trend at the moment sa enrollment po ng seminaryo. That's a reality. Pero hindi naman yung sadsad na sadsad, no? But somehow medyo bumaba in recent years. Halimbawa ako, nung time namin, nung pumasok ako, we are 14 sa first year theology. Ngayon, ang nasa first year theology, pagpasok nila nasa siyam lang, no? So, mas liliit pa yon hanggang sa maging pare. Pero kind of fluctuating naman yung numbers. There are years na biglang tumataas ulit. Then there are years na parang bumaba. But the overall trend we're seeing is a bit downward, but not a very steep slope naman. No? So pero gradually parang going down. So we don't know what the Lord plans for us. Maybe in the coming years, baka tumaas ulit. No? Usually, what we are seeing is when there is parang a major event in the church or a religious event, bigla dumadami ang mga
Tumataas.
nagkaka-interest magpare. No? Like for instance, when the Pope visited in 2015, no, we see a lot of enrollees na mga 5 years later, biglang bugso ng daming gustong magpare, daming nag-a-apply. No? So, I'm thinking maybe with the death of Pope Francis, our dear Pope Francis, and maybe with a new Pope being elected in a few weeks, baka some people who are witnessing this will feel interested in religious vocation, priestly and religious vocation.
Okay.
We're praying for
Sa
that.
mga madre, would you know? Kasi ang alam ko, nag-export na tayo ng I can't think of any other word, no? Nagpapadala na tayo ng mga madre sa ibang bansa dahil kulang na around the world. Would you know kung ano yung situation sa mga nanaris natin? Similar ba? Phenomenon
Sa
or
Western
worse?
world, ang sinasabi sa akin ng mga madre, no? At tama yung iyong observation. But not all, no? But many of these congregations of sisters are parang nawawalan na sila ng incoming vocations from their original places, no? So yung mga vocations nila from Asia and Africa are the ones manning their institutions sa Europe and in the Western world, kumbaga, no? So nakikita natin ng trend na yan na in the Western world medyo umuonte yung mga gustong magmadre, pero ang dami po sa Asia at sa Africa. Dito sa Asia lang dami sa Korea at saka sa Vietnam. In the seminary where I came from, sa Ateneo po, sa Loyola School of Theology, mga 20% ng population nila, mga Vietnamese. Gano'ng marami. Oo.
Okay.
And then they have also some Korean. So here in Asia, vocations are also a bloom, no? Sa Africa din, no? Daming mga by the hundreds ang batches nila.
That's very good to hear.
Sa seminaryo.
That's very good to hear.
So, the global south, no, we're seeing a growth of priestly and religious vocations in the global south at the moment. And even their baptisms are also increasing.
On the last note, Father,
That's very good to hear, but I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to cut you off, Father, but I'm being told kanina pa by the director to wrap up, so we're gonna have to leave that there for now. Father J.D. Zaldivar, formator and professor at San Carlos Seminary in Makati, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you
Pasensya
very
na,
much.
Thank you, Father.
pinapakat na
Thank you,
sa akin,
thank you.
pasensya na.